Welcome, guys. This is D Darrell with D Darrell the Rebirth. It's been a long time since I have went live on this channel. There's so many different things going on within the manosphere and so forth. I thought this would be an appropriate time for me to go live. I know I've been doing a lot of uploads, clips and so forth, doing a lot of premieres and pre-recorded content. But I plan at this point, as I've got my point across with the Manosphere. Again, guys, this is the Manosphere. This is a space where black men can talk and have a variety of different discussions that are not confined to strictly talking about black women and all the negatives and positives and what have you, like dating relationships and so forth. I'll, I'll, Although in this space, we will be talking about those different things in the dynamics of black women and black men, and also with the totality of the black community. Also in this space, for those that don't know, female participation, female ideas and intelligence is, and I'm going to repeat, it is respected and it is honored, and it is something that I definitely appreciate. But Judge said, you sound a little muffled or something. Okay, hold on. Let me see something right quick. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me get closer to the mic. Because I'm hearing things sound pretty okay. If it's not, please let me know if it doesn't sound good. Let me check out my settings. Yeah, my audio settings are on intact. Let me see something right quick. Let me see if I can hear you. Okay, let me do something right quick. Let me see if this may make it sound better. Does this sound better? I'm going to go ahead and use. Um, what about now? Does it sound better now? As I'm talking through the mic, please let me know. Okay, Black Abe says better. Okay, so I got the settings set up correctly. Okay, good. So we good. So guys, I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to talk about today. We are going to focus. We're going to definitely focus on the manosphere itself. We're going to talk about O'Shea Duke Jackson stating that he is leaving the manosphere, and I'm not surprised, and I'm going to give you all some story behind that. So, as you all know, O'Shea has the Negro Manosphere. The Negro Manosphere was something that was created back in maybe 2015, probably 16. Far as I know that O'Shea has been on YouTube since 2015. Um, he has done Manosphere content. He started off trolling Mad Buzz Driver X. He created his own channel. I was rocking with O'Shea when O'Shea had below 10,000 subscribers. Matter of fact, when I began watching O'Shea, which was actually the beginning of 2016, he probably had anywhere between 5 to 8,000 subscribers. Um, he would do maybe anywhere between 80 to 150 plus in a stream and so forth. I was just getting into the manosphere. Um, I basically found out about his channel by watching Minister Jap. Minister Jap was the first person I actually talked about that was actually kind of quote unquote connected to the manosphere. And when I watched Jap channel on a Sunday, it basically sent recommendations for O'Shea, Southcore Tito, Angry Man, Obsidian, and some other people within the space, and then some dating coaches and so to speak, so on. So I rocked with O'Shea for a good second. I've been rocking with O'Shea for now, I want to say 6 years. I've been actually on YouTube, watching videos and watching things since 15. I watched a little bit of the of people like Tommy and so on, and Field Advise back in 15, actually 14, then a little bit in 15. But as far as me regularly watching this space, I began watching this space in the beginning of 2016. Me and O'Shea, I just kind of giving you a background. A lot of people don't know that me and O'Shea are really, really cool. He shuts me out. He gives me a shout out
on a lot of his videos. He give me a shout out a lot of times. Shout out to he'll call excuse me, he'll call me Big Unc D Darrell, blah 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 blah, this and that. I call him Little Nephew. We have talked offline, we emailed, talked offline, and so forth. Um, I became a big fan, watched a lot, I donated a lot to him. Um, he didn't really know I did content until 2018. I watched the Manosphere for at least a year before I began doing my own content. Okay, I watched the Manosphere in 16. I started doing content the beginning January 1st, 2017. Now, my content was not a Manosphere. It didn't start off Manosphere content. I was doing mental health, pro-black stuff, and I would do some current events every now and then, but it was mostly pro-black, ADOS, things of that sort. Um, and my channel didn't really start gaining traction until 2018. And I was talking about things such as Field Advise and some other people. And then I did some videos that got some attention and so forth. But mostly my Umar content was what was hot. That was what I was known for. And so when I began doing content in the Manosphere, I was getting interviewed and I was going on panels on Oshay channel. I was on the Sunday Rumbles, or whenever he would do a rumble during the week or a live stream during the week, he would send me the link all the time. When he found out that I was doing content in 2018 or 19, man, he helped the brother out. I've been a loyal Patreon of his for at least 5 years and so on. So we have a good relationship, and we don't talk all the time. We talk pretty much in cycles. We may talk a good bit for about a week or so. Then I may not talk to Oshay again for another month or two. I know the brother's busy, particularly when he was with school and doing all this stuff. I didn't want to bother the brother because myself, I was just as busy doing stuff with my businesses and taking care of my family and so forth. So if I can thank anybody for putting me on and helping me through my channel and helping me um, improve as a content creator, is Oshay D. Jackson. Particularly when I had my D. Darrell channel, Oshay, every interview that I did, particularly, I remember the first interview I did with Oshay, I collaborated with Oshay. I probably got like 400 subscribers from Oshay. And then it kind of grown from that point. But every time that I would do an interview, he interviewed me at least 8 to 10 times. I would get at least 50 or more subscribers every time I did an interview. You know what I'm saying? So that's my boy, man. I appreciate the help that he gave me. Also, earlier on, the information man helped me out a lot too. But I definitely want to speak on Oshay and the reason why he's leaving. So before I continue, I want to give a shout out to Doug. Appreciate you for coming in. I also want to give a shout out to Black Aid for definitely supporting a nigga. Also, Nico Mama Max. Appreciate you for coming in. Be More Legend. Okay, then my boy LV, the Snake Man. Appreciate you for coming in. Appreciate y'all for being here today. I'm going to start doing more and more live streams, and I'm actually taking LV's advice because right now I'm in the sector, the Umar Johnson sector, and there's a lot of strange, dumbass shit going on in that sector. I'm still going to be there, but I'm going to start being a little bit more active and doing more content in the Manosphere and so on. So when I started doing content in the Manosphere, I was more of a proponent, an opponent to those who carried red pill ideology and so forth. We got to understand, man, when Oshay began doing his channel, Oshay opened the door to a lot of women. A lot of the major content creators right now in the Manosphere got their start on Oshay's channel. And I know some of you all don't want to hear this. I know you niggas don't want to hear this. But Oshay put Ramil on. I'm going to repeat. Oshay put Ramil on the map. If Ramil did, matter of fact, when I first met Ramil, me and Ramil had a knockdown, drag out um, debate about Umar Johnson. And a lot of times when I would discuss things in the Manosphere, what really got me into the Manosphere was when because the Manosphere has a very negative perception of Umar Johnson. And a lot of people saw me as that go-to guru on this shit. And they would ask me to come in there and debate against him. Me and Ramil had a classic knockdown drag out about Umar Johnson in 2019. Okay. And that was in 2019 was when I was really getting into my groove with focusing on Umar Johnson content. Um, and so Ramil used to be on those panels on Oshay channel. Ramil got a lot of subscribers through Oshay. He may not want to say that. It's a lot of niggas like him, Mr. Fantastic, and others that got their start. A lot of the women, Cynthia G garnered a lot and Paris Malone. Oshay gave them the floor to speak in a man's space. They spoke and they was being disrespectful, particularly Paris Malone. And so I know it's very, um, it's kind of circular when it comes to people in the space. It's kind of circular to people who beef, go back and forth with one another, people who have issues. That's just basically the texture of YouTube. Nobody is cool for a long period of time. There's bound to be some issues. But O'Shea put on a lot of women in this space. He's the one that actually opened up the doors for women to be popular as content creators. He took a lot of flack for that. He steadily built his platform up. NEGRO'S was suspect about him being in medical school. You know, NEGRO'S like Angry Man and others. People were criticizing whether does he really have a, uh, a degree in medicine, which he just recently graduated and so on. And I congratulated him. But me and O'Shea been talking consistently since 2019. And thing about it, I never asked O'Shea for anything. Everything that O'Shea did to help me, he did it out the kindness of his heart. I could have asked for more help from him, even though he gave me pointers on a lot of things. I could have been on more. I turned down half of the invitations to be on the Rumble. And part of the reason why I didn't feel like being on the Rumble is because I ain't had time to be yelling at NEGRO'S all day with a panel of 10. And he would send me a link and I wouldn't even do it. And sometimes I was busy with family and stuff, and I didn't have time to do a Rumble. Man, there are times when I know O'Shea ass should have been asleep to get up in the morning for school. This nigga was up in Poland 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and it's probably 10-11 o'clock in our time. And he'll let these NEGRO'S go on for 3 or 4 hours. It was time O'Shea did live streams. He would let everybody on. He would go to sleep for like 3 or 4 hours and wake up and say, niggas, are y'all done? He'd turn the live stream off. He was wild, man. Classic O'Shea channel, O'Shea videos, Calypso art, and all that kind of shit. I remember he did, my favorite video that O'Shea did was the top 10 fake pro blacks. That was actually, I think it was like the 4th or 5th video I ever watched. And that video there got me hooked when he kind of talked about Boyce. He talked about Cynthia G. He talked about Umar Johnson. He talked about Brother Polite. I mean, he listed a whole bunch of fake pro blacks. That's classic O'Shea. That was my favorite. To this day, that's my favorite video. So he would put me on, man. I did tons of videos, man. But see, one thing that they missing, because a lot of people think that the Manosphere is strictly like the way it is. It wasn't like that back then. Now, was it misogynistic at point? Was it a lot of red pill BS? Yes. But also then it was more more self-improvement orientated. It was more things in regards to helping men navigate family court, child support, being a better father. And it also exposed black men, particularly on his channel, it exposed black men to getting into being into exploring entrepreneurship, becoming a boss, and entering into other areas, entering into other fields that black men were not entering into. See, it's a reason right now that when you look at tech and tech is the future, but only 10% of tech is black. It is no way with the resources and the discretionary income that black people have that we should not have a bigger influence on tech. And part of that is cultural. The reason why we wonder why so many black men inspire to be in entertainment, inspire to be in sports, and inspire to be in music and things of that sort, because that's part of our culture. Those things are part of our culture. So it's time for us as a people, and particularly black men who are supposed to lead our families, we need to start incorporating variety of fields, a variety of experiences, and not close the black experience into only engaging in a finite amount of fields and activities and behaviors. We need to expand and broaden out so that as black people, we are visible in a variety of different fields. We're visible in a variety of different areas and places. We're visible when it comes to the higher end of the income brackets. And we're not. And if we can't get into those, we should be creating that. Now, O'Shea's channel represented a variety of that stuff. Yes, he did talk about in the beginning the classic O'Shea videos with him and his iPad in the bathroom and shit sitting on the commode. This crazy shit he was doing, talking about stories of him getting messed over by women. Yeah, that was what O'Shea talked about a lot. It shit was funny as hell. People liked it. He started going live. This was back when we were doing hangouts, and people gravitated to him. His channel grew. People thought he was funny. A lot of women liked O'Shea's channel because O'Shea's channel was funny and O'Shea was more engaging to women. He had a friend from Sacramento named Jenny that used to come on there all the time. O'Shea was always engaging the women. Now, he would tell women about the things he didn't like that they were doing, but he was very engaging. So shout out to T Pre, shout out to Marcus 912. I've been checking out your content. And so I'm doing this video because the question of hand is that, is the Manosphere better off if O'Shea leaves? That's a question. Is O'Shea Duke Jackson decision to leave the Manosphere good for the space? Is it? I personally think at this point it's not good for the space. The reason why I think it's not good for the space is because O'Shea was a progenitor of this space. Also, O'Shea put a lot of these dudes on that are now hot or who have been hot. A lot. I'm talking whether you were in the business industry, the chick, I forgot the chick that was in the trucking industry. I mean, this dude exposed a lot of people, women and men. There was a chick, I forgot her name, Yvette, Michelle something. She used to do the femininity classes and all that kind of stuff. She got a lot of exposure from him. There was a ton of people that, even myself, you know, the reason why I didn't take advantage of what I had as far as because it wasn't that important to me, number one, because I had other things going on and I just didn't have the time. At the time, I grew my channel to almost 5,000 subscribers. I grew my channel almost 5,000 subscribers. At this point, if I would have kept that, if that channel wouldn't have been shut down, I would probably be looking at around 8,000 or 9,000 subscribers as we speak. But that's not the case. I can't cry about it. Also, guys, we got 17 people in the space in the chat right now. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up. Yeah, Faith was a trucker, but it was a chick named she's from Austin, Texas. I forgot her name, but Doug say D. Durrell O'Shea has not been active in the space, has not been active for a long time now, At this point, I don't see a change if he leaves. I agree with that. He hasn't been doing it. Matter of fact, every now and then he would do a Hall of Fame, and he would give me a link to do the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame was professional orientated. I was actually upset at myself. I think probably 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah, Erica Williams, that's her name. He put Erica Williams on in this space. You know, Erica Williams is a very, very finance orientated type person. She knows opportunity. She deals with real estate, trucking, all kinds of stuff. He put her on in this space. Not that she didn't have her own fan base, because she did, but she put them on. There's a lot of guys that was sitting their ass on those Sunday Rumbles, getting all that exposure. I'm talking 300 to 500 to 600 people watching. Steve the Dean, even though he had his own situation, Steve the Dean had the brother pill with him, and so forth. LAR, even though he had his own thing, LAR got a lot of exposure from Oshay. Donovan, forgot the guy name with the book with the Mode One. Donovan Sharp, even Donovan Sharp came into this space coming from the white manosphere, even though him and Oshay ended up falling out. There's a lot of shit. Matter of fact, alpha male strategies became popular by arguing with Steve the Dean about dating. That was a classic live stream of them going at it with one another. So my brother did a lot for this space. He did a lot, and I could see why he wanted to leave. Matter of fact, I actually spoke to him yesterday, 2 days ago, I think, the last 2 days. I've been asking him about the situation. I didn't ask him about Ramil, even though Ramil trying to bring up these allegations of him doing all this other stuff across seas in Uganda. But I did talk to him about leaving the space. And the brother was like, the reason why he wants to leave the space is because he can't work with the men here. He straight up told me, I can't work with the men here. Yeah, he is an MD. He is an MD. But I understand that, Aniki. But when you making $1 million for something that you spent 6 years, 7 years building, it's hard to leave from making $1 million+ a year on YouTube. Even if you are a doctor. Now, for me, if I was him, I would continue the King Ganda stuff. I would continue to do the celebrity stuff and keep it very vanilla and continue to make that money and do your thing as a doctor. That's what I would do. Stay away from the controversial stuff. Kind of make it a little bit vanilla. Yeah, your viewership may go down a little, but he's over 200,000. As long as he doesn't do anything that's defamation worthy or libel or anything like that, I think he'll be okay. That's just me personally saying. I think he'll be okay. But that's up to him. I think he has his medical degree as a backup plan in case this YouTube thing doesn't work right. And for me personally, Amaniki, I think he should make this part-time and focus on his medical career. But that's just me. I always told him, man, you can't do this forever. I mean, you're not, I mean, you only can make money on YouTube so long. There's very few people who retired off of YouTube. Look at Leonard Hunter. This nigga been on here for 20 years. It took him 10 years just to make the money he's making now. Look at other people that have been on YouTube. Look at Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor channel is nowhere as profitable as it was 5 years ago. Everything about him, his status has went down. He's been in spaces that he never went to in the past, and he's doing it now for content. And that's just facts. That's just facts. You know, this is what it is. I mean, I don't know no other way to put it. I mean, that's just the facts. So I'm going to send a link out for anybody that want to chat with me a little bit on this particular topic, and talk about it. If anybody want to come up, I got the link, and you can come and chop it up with me. But I really think that it's bad for him to leave, even if he's not really in the sector like that, because even though he's not in the sector, he can still comment on things here and there. He can still give us um, access to, like, if he wanted to say certain things. But O'Shea said he can't work with people. He basically stated, "Look, man, I can't really work with people in this space. People, you know, people ain't trying to work with him. People jealous of him. They jealous of the money he making. But my thing is that you want to be jealous of the money he making. Okay, why are you not jealous of the work that he put in to make that money? You see, that's what the real problem is. You know, you can be jealous. Yeah, oh, you making all this money, but what about all the goddamn work? Are you going to match the work that O'Shea put? I'm going to go on a limb and say O'Shea was too involved in this space while in medical school. I actually told him several times when he was beefing, man, your number one priority should not be this YouTube shit. I know you entered into this YouTube shit as a way to pay for school, as a way to financially make money without getting a job and so forth. But you should be focusing on, and I'm gonna say this, you should be focusing on your school first, this YouTube shit second. Now, you didn't take my advice and it worked on it. I mean, I think he had a great balance. He had a great balance of both. And he decided to do what he was doing. So, what's up, Chaos Rain? What's up? What's up? Is your name
I
Monique?
have
Mama?
Dominique,
Okay, all right, good. I was close.
I
so good.
want I have to keep this short, Derail. Have you familiar that they put an article of some new CIA reports watching, incel behavior? Have you heard about this?
Yes,
You heard
I'm
about it?
familiar with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, isn't it ironic that you find some few content creators now pulling back? You ever notice that? The same
Hey,
time when the article came out?
that was smart of them to do that.
No, it's not. I'm not saying smart or wrong, but I've noticed if this was a problematic space, you would have left a year ago or two. To pull out now, it seemed to me some fear tactic than anything else. Be honest with you. That's why I look at when people make moves. I always gotta look at things behind closed doors of activity. And to be fair, honest, Derail, there's nothing new when they re-identify what they call it, African Moors and stuff back 5 years ago.
Hey,
Remember that?
what's up? O'Shea in the house. What's up, little nephew? He said, "What article are you referencing? If you can put it in."
It was an article floating around for the last few days about how they now targeting incels, watching people come up, femicide, all this stuff. I can't find the article because I had to Google it. I'm not near my computer to look it up, but that was floating for the last couple of days.
Right.
Yeah. But you said you might have heard of it or might not heard of it. So
man, I've heard a ton of articles in relation to incels and now O'Shea content was not incel related. Now,
no. I'm not talking about O'Shea's content, but anything deal with Manosphere because they try and tie everything in to get some more money. To get money, because usually when they post something that is so-called, right, they're asking for money so we can put into programs to fight back something that is not seen or dare. You get me? Just like what they did back in 2017. And you see how NEGRO'S got spooked. But I understand it's a much bigger thing. That they're just doing this, they're not only scared, but they're trying to ask for money to make or fear the people that know the win of it. You get me? I'm not really too long-winded because I'm doing something, so this only thing I'm just giving you a heads up now on it. But O'Shea is here. That's cool. What's good, O'Shea? My thing is this: if anything, a man would have left, or any person would have left a year ago, too. Since you're doing other things, the find now is things. Timing is always questionable. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's how I leave it out. You get me? Because if I'll be honest with you, if I find some problem in any space, what do you think I would do, bro? and I'm a little younger by a few years, that I would just leave. I wasn't participate anymore. I just now I just go.
Right.
That's how things go. And people don't hear me say, I'll tell them hello, but really, see me around, I'm not going around. I mean, that's how things work. Anyway.
Right. Well, K1 KW Dunn 7 say YouTube doesn't offer a 401k or a pension plan. Right. So what's going on, Miss Omanike, Mama?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, Queen. How are you?
I'm great. I'm gonna just be on for a second, and I just want to say, if O'Shea Jackson is on, I've seen his programs once in a while, but if he is a doctor, I want to say congratulations to him. Now, what I want to say is something that we're not looking at. If he is a doctor, especially in different countries in Africa, that's an esteemed position. You understand? And you have to carry yourself a certain way. He's been living there for how long? He knows this. Like you said, it can only go on for so long on YouTube. He has made his money on YouTube. You understand? So I'm sure he's looking for not just to practice, but to be respected, because it's about respect. It's different than in the States, as in Africa. And I know Africa is a continent and not a country, but I'm saying, there's a socialization. It's just different over there. They're not expecting you like here. You could be a police officer and a stripper. You know what I mean? You can't do certain things over there. So it's a time and a place where, okay, he was on YouTube, he made his money. Guess what? He's decided to move on.
Right.
And that's, to me, it's, that's a good thing.
Okay.
So I say more power to him.
Yeah. So my thing is this, man. Like he said, he making over $50,000 a month per se. I know he does things because he built infrastructure in Uganda. So it's not just limited to the YouTube channel itself, because he's actually employing Ugandan citizens that are actually working in the Kinganda channel and also in the framework of what he does, because he has a studio there. So it's not just limited to you seeing the Oshay Duke channel or the Oshay vlog channel or Kinganda. He has infrastructure. He has invested a lot in his YouTube channel and the fact that he does other services outside of the YouTube channel itself. And even as a doctor, and this is me speaking as a businessman, because I'm a person that has multiple businesses and I have different things going on. And for me, there are people who've criticized me as a therapist that has businesses. I have almost 10 employees and contractors, and I'm getting ready to hire more. And at one time, while I was doing YouTube, I peaked out around 15 to 18 employees at one time. And they were saying, "But don't you think you doing this is going to affect," even though it didn't. Now, the nature of what I did, because I actually did a lot of mental health stuff. It wasn't necessarily red pill related or Manosphere to an extent. I did do Manosphere level content and so forth, but it wasn't like the typical stuff. I actually would kind of debate some of the talking points and stuff. But I understand as a doctor, I'm like this. It's his career, so whatever way he wants to, he went to Poland because that's where he didn't get his degree in Kenya or Uganda. He got his degree in Poland. So whatever that accreditation body has for Poland, I don't know if it's with the EU or something like that, with the European Union and so forth. I think he may know the confines of how he needs to operate in that and so on. So he can decide on that. And to me, it's like this. When he's ready to go full-fledged as a doctor, maybe right now the money is too good that he realized, like, hey, I'm making $1 million a year. I got this degree. I got this medical degree that he worked long and hard for. I remember when he first started, and then he graduated. I remember he took a break and so on. And so it's up to him. Whatever way, he may not ever use that degree. I can't tell this man not to use his medical degree. So I get it. And so I'm gonna say whatever he decides to do, I'm gonna support him. But at some point, if he chooses to use it in full form, then I would see the YouTube stuff becoming secondary. Now, I wouldn't give it all up. I would minimize certain things, and I would keep the content at a certain level that it wouldn't in any way affect his visibility or his perception as a doctor. But that's up to him, whatever avenue he wants to take in that. But I do get what you're saying. I mean, it's a profession that's in high esteem in America. You know, doctors are held to a certain level.
Right, but he's not in America.
Yeah,
he's in Uganda.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, yes, it's at a certain level as well as he's at a high esteem level, but there's only so much one person can do. And like you said, he has put you on, he's done so many things. So nobody could ever take away from that. But there's going to be a time where he has to move on, or we all will move on to do other things.
Right.
Like you said, he's building up the infrastructure in Uganda. So how can he do that and do YouTube with all that? You see what I'm saying? And be a doctor? I mean, to me, YouTube, especially the Manosphere, there might be some positive things, but for me, it's all shits and giggles, personally, for me. But yeah, he has to move away from that, especially being a doctor. Yeah, but it's not going to take away from the things that he has done.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, at some point you will. If you have a true even for myself, and I have nowhere near the success. And one of the reasons why I don't is because of I'm not willing because see, his situation is different. See, I was successful before YouTube, and I wasn't willing to not let's say do less of what's already making me successful to try to be a popular. My intention, my goals were not to become a big, popular, famous YouTuber. My goal was just if I could get a small little base. Really, be honest with you, 8 to 10,000 was my max. If I accomplished 8, I'm good. I was almost there back in 2019. My channel got shut down. I had over 4,500 subscribers.
Why did it get shut down?
My channel got shut down because of some people that I was either beefing with in the Manosphere, or there were people that didn't like that I was supporting Umar Johnson, and they would troll and flag. They constantly flagged my channel for like 3 to 4 months until YouTube decided, once they changed the guidelines at the end of 2020, actually the end of 2020. Matter of fact, they took my channel down the day after my birthday. October 22nd, 2020 I woke up in the morning, found my channel was gone, and I gave responses to try to get the channel back, and they refused to give it back to me. So that's kind of what happened. So I did have controversial content that kind of offended people on some of the things, but it was really based on me not liking some of the stuff. I wasn't doing it just to be belligerent or to be offensive. I was doing it because I was actually going at people that I thought was miseducating the Black community, and they were trying to take advantage of people just to, just saying stupid stuff on YouTube just to make money or to get a rise out of people. So I didn't like that. So I said a lot of choice things, and I made a lot of enemies doing so. And I didn't really care, but it did hurt a little bit, not financially for me, but just the fact that I put that work in to build that platform. And then all of a sudden, people get mad. Then they work. I mean, this was like, from what I was told, it was like a group of like 8 to 10 people that constantly flagged, constantly did stuff until YouTube finally decided to let it go.
Wow. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna go. I just wanted to say that. And
Okay.
O'Shea Jackson, if you're listening, I know you said you're going to sleep. I just want to say again, congratulations for all that you're doing and you have done. So that's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right,
So,
peace.
all right, Queen. Appreciate you for coming in, and you're always welcome to come on the panel when I talk, because I'm going to be doing more live streams and
Okay.
I want to talk about more community orientated. My channel itself kind of focuses on speaking of the dynamics of the Black community in a more intellectual standpoint and also
Mhm.
more realistic. Like, I'm not for the gender war stuff. I'm not for the black male this, the black, it's like I
Right.
honor and appreciate the intelligence of Black women. Now, in a lot of
Okay.
Manosphere spaces, you're not going to get that. But in my
Right.
particular case, I welcome Black women to come in and give their
Okay.
opinions. It's much welcome and it's much needed.
Yeah, it is. All right. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Appreciate it.
Yep.
So Black Abe said, real talk, he may be settling down with the woman and is trying to start a life. Yeah, I know this, man. He definitely eating good. He is definitely eating good. Man, I seen O'Shea look like he didn't put on a little weight. Some lady in Uganda feeding that Negro because he is eating. That Negro look like he didn't gain by 10, 15 pounds. So I know he's eating good. He's definitely eating good. So Doug said, I'll keep riding till the brakes fall off. Then I would practice medicine. Hey, if that's his, that's his prerogative, man. I can't, like I've been telling people, um, it's his career. It's his career. And if whatever way he wants to operate his career, man, who am I to tell somebody what they should do, especially if you're making money? Now, he may say this, okay. He may be saving um $500,000 or more a year. In Africa, he's eating he living for cheaper than what he would in the States. He may say, okay, I may save up 3, 4, $5 million, continue doing the stuff whatever I'm doing in YouTube and focus on my medicine. That's up to him, man. That's up to him. Maybe he's using this because he planned on doing different things in medicine. He may have in plan to open up a dialysis center, a community family medicine practice or something, uh, some type of medical facility. He may be using that to own medical facilities as a doctor. I mean, O'Shea thinks big. He thinks long term and he thinks big. So who knows what his grand plan is as it involves the money that he has accumulated and how he plans to use it in his career as in medicine. So I mean, I know, but only time will tell. But as far as me, I'm like, I'm gonna support the brother. I definitely support the brother because he's helped me a lot. Number one, we have a cool, friendship and so forth. We interact, we joke, and I actually am planning to go to Africa in about not maybe later this year, not definitely 2023. I'm definitely going to either Ghana, Burkina Faso, and hey, if I may take a trip to Kenya or Uganda, if he there, I meet up with him there, man. I plan to do that. That's definitely something that's in the works for me. I want to travel internationally. I've never traveled internationally. I traveled all over the United States. There's plenty of places that I want to go, but it's definitely in my future to travel internationally, and I can afford to do it. But I just never have. So if anybody want to get the link, you can get the link. I'm sending the StreamYard link out there, and so on. But I actually think that it will hurt the sector. Even if he's not doing Manosphere content, the fact that he's, um, visible and he may comment on Manosphere things here and there. So if he leaves and doesn't comment on the Manosphere ever again, hey, it is what it is. I mean, the Manosphere will go on. They still gonna have Negroes doing goofy ass shit and saying goofy stuff. You're gonna have Negroes that believe wholeheartedly in a lot of the crazy stuff that they say. You're gonna have tons of beefs. You're gonna have tons of Negroes lying to one another, yelling and screaming like women. And they're gonna have constantly 35, 40, 50-year-old men that ain't never been married, they ain't never had a woman in their life complaining about stuff. So one of the biggest problems, guys, for me in the Manosphere, I can't really relate to the experiences of these guys. I cannot relate because in my experience, I'm not saying I'm the best looking man in the world, but I never had difficulty with women. I never had difficulty having a girlfriend, never had difficulty being with a woman. I never had those issues. I never had those issues as far as in the crazy stuff, I mean, I've had some things happen, but I never had the level of toxicity with women. I've never had that. Did I have some bad relationships? Yes. Did I have some crazy stuff happen here and there? Yes. A lot of that was partially my fault. But you know, one thing in this Manosphere community, you never hear these Negroes talk about how they messed up in a relationship. They never talk about the wrong that they did to the women. They focus a lot on what the women did to them. And to me, there should be some balance in that. Why are we not talking about what you did? That seems to not happen. I don't get it. That's not talked about enough. It's really not. It's really not. They don't talk about the fact that they disrespected a woman. They didn't talk to the fact that you lied, you cheated. What's up, Auntie? Come on up, Auntie. If you want to come up, get the link, come chop it up with me about Oshay. He was up in here earlier. They never talk about how they disrespected niggas. They domestic violence and shit like that. They never talk about none of that shit. What's up, Rude Dimp? What's up, nigga?
Man, what's up? What's up, man?
Rue, I gotta tell you something, man. I want to tell you what happened to me today, man. They had a nigga on YouTube tried to come to my business over there off of 610 in South Main. On a broad daylight, on a live stream.
Damn.
Real talk.
Somebody off YouTube, like somebody you know from YouTube?
Yes. Nigga tried to fight me. Was challenging me. Let me tell you what he did. I was on the bill. I was in the office, right? And as I put him on the live stream, this nigga was, over there by the road off of West Ridge, South over there by the NRG area. This nigga was walking on the street. This nigga was walking on the street with the camera, heading to my office.
Damn. Like who though? You don't want to say who?
No, his name, Knockout Media.
Okay.
He like in the church sector, but this nigga came up there like, come outside, come see me, come to. I'm like, dude, you are losing your mind, man. I had to call the police on this dude, man. This dude was literally out there begging me to fight.
Hell nah, man.
The dude showed, man. He showed people my vehicle. He showed the people with my business. I told the dude, man, look, I'm giving you a chance. I ain't trying to call the people on you, but you need to chill out on this stuff because you're trying to make this real. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to have to carry on your ass. So and do what I gotta do if because this Texas, you know what I'm saying? But this dude literally came to my office outside, waiting on. He was out there for like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man.
D-Rail, listen, man. You gotta go file you a police report, right? Because I want you to catch you a free body, man. Listen, man. We can carry. I'm finna make it.
Man. Everybody say you should go ahead and get a free
man. I'm
body.
trying to put some bad seeds. I'm being a bad influence to you right now, man. Listen, dog. If niggas gonna be coming up, running up on you in your place of employment, your place of business, trying to fight, trying to give you smoke, man. When you know they shouldn't be running up on you like that, man. We can't carry. And what I'm saying, man, it's about time for when these niggas get killed, dog. They gonna be playing like that.
Yeah,
because absolutely no reason for why somebody should be encroaching into your space like that. threatening you, threatening your environment, not just you, but yet the people who you may have in working for you or where people are working around you. That's not fair.
Yeah, man. The
Yeah.
dude straight up came up in there, man. Was like, where you at? Come see me. Come talk to me face to face, nigga. I'll kick your ass. I'm like, dude, I'm not about to. I'm not gonna lose what I built to be fucking around with you. Like, dude, like, I was literally like, I can't, man. I was quiet, man, because when I let everybody talk that was talking, but I was trying to make sure this nigga was is he really in, outside? And so I was quiet as fuck watching. Then I saw this nigga literally standing outside. Nigga had on a jacket, dark gray jacket, jeans, and a t-shirt with a hood on, with his camera, with his phone and shit. I was like, man, these niggas losing their mind, man. Like straight up. That was
he done lost his damn mind, man. But look, I wanted to come up here because I'm looking at your title, man. I don't want to change what you were saying, but I wanted to kind of speak a little bit about, go ahead, Oshay, Dude Jackson, and all that. Look, man, Oshay is a pillar, man. Oshay is one of them guys who helped me, like, along with Obsidian, right? Back in 2018, 19, like Oshay and Obsidian, for instance, right? They opened up their panels to me, and I was a nobody. No one knew me back in those days, right? I knew of you guys. To know me, but yeah, those guys definitely. We've raised the bad guy, Bomb Cherry, Big J Triple X. I mean, you name them, man. A lot of BJ Zipmore. I give it to him. Angry Man. A lot of those guys, a lot of those big name guys actually, open up their panels for me to be able to run my mouth and talk my little shit before I started doing like streams myself, right? And Oshay back in those days, Oshay would have damn near 2,000 people watching him, man. Those rumbles, the rumbles, hell, even if you just go live, right, he'd get a quick 1,000 people watching. But yet, if he was interviewing you, like he interviewed me like June 2019, right, and it was about 800 people watching me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that type of stuff, those kind of people, man, those kind of people who actually are foundational in that regard, right? The staples to the actual space. Man, you can't afford to let them guys. You can't afford to let them guys leave. And let me tell you something. I was going to TSU when I was a freshman. I didn't graduate college though, but I went like the first, semester, second semester, and all that, right? This teacher, our professor, he told us, and this stick to me even to this day, man. He said, "Look, he said, I'm the professor. You guys are the students, right? You guys need this class to move on, right? I don't necessarily need you guys here for me to work here, right?" He said, what you don't want me to do is to pack up my bags and walk clean the hell up out of here. He said, I'll leave you guys here. If you guys don't want to be disobedient, disruptive, you're not going to actually do what I asked you to do, I can pack up my briefcase, pack up my bags, and walk clean out the classroom and still get paid. Right. And he pretty much showed us that, look, some people you can't afford to get up and leave. You niggas need to stop acting like, you guys like that, or pretty much the next man up and all that, to where you're going to disrespect the forefathers of a situation. Yes, it's a reason why you got elders, you got forefathers, you got people who came before you, right? It was a reason why it's a reason why they laid this shit out for you guys to be able to come and walk on, man. But now when you making it seem like you would have arrived to the point where the forefathers and the elders can just leave. We ain't talking about dying. We ain't talking about passing away. We talking about just straight up just leaving. Right. Leaving though, and you telling me that's not enough to make you be like, now hold on, Oshay. Hold on, man. Hold on. We can't afford for you to leave, man. Now, we understand that if you're going to bigger and better things, that's respected. But we can't afford for you to leave because you happen to be disappointed in how, what you created, right? And the direction it's going to. We can't afford for that to happen. Now, you got some people who don't like Oshay, but my thing is this, though, right? A lot of hate, man. A lot of hate. It's a lot of hate. Man. It's a lot of hate. Yeah. But my thing is, a lot of guys hate him. But look, I don't have no issue, never had an issue with him. Oshay will always be good with me, man, respectfully, right? Because like I said, he put me on. And like I say, even with Obsidian, as much as me and Obsidian might go at it, Obsidian will always have a good spot with me too. Because he put me on. You know what I mean? Right. And my thing is, if those two, even Angry Man, those guys say, man, fuck this shit, man, yeah, you might have some people like Ramil who can take up the helms, but yet it wouldn't be the same, right? It wouldn't be the same to looking out for other folks, putting people in a position to be able to grow their own channel, to be able to make some money, to be able to, you know, pretty much get their name out here and shit. It wouldn't be the same like it was 4 or 5 years ago. It wouldn't.
Right.
So Oshay is definitely the guy that the space need if they don't need no one else. If anything, out the big three, he's the one. That nigga's
He
the
really
one.
is, man. Because
he's the one to stay.
Right.
Yeah, he the one. I'm saying. D-Red, what I'm saying to you is that out of Oshay, Angry Man, and Obsidian, Oshay is the one. If you just had to pick, who do you keep and who do you let go, nigga? You got to actually say, look, I got to keep Oshay, man. We got to keep Oshay ass. I'm like, fuck all that. Like dead ass. Yeah, that's for real though.
I get it, man, because he helped, man. He helped a lot of people, man. Like a lot. Like he did a lot, man. He'll post your videos, send people over, ask them to sub to you, all that shit, man. He did a lot, man. His work speak for itself. But he flat out told me, man, because I communicate with him offline. He was like, man, these niggas jealous, man. It's a lot of offline shit that's not talked about. He said he can't work with nobody, man. He said he tried to work with these dudes to do other stuff. Niggas hating about money. It's really, I'm gonna be honest with you. It comes down to money. It's the money, man.
Yeah,
niggas hating over money. They see him doing things that they want to do or can't do, and it's about the money. And that I hate to say it, man. A lot of people can't work together because they think they should be making. Look, man, everybody ain't gonna make the same amount of money. I'm just sorry, man. You know, everybody ain't gonna have the same level of success. You know, but he said, man, he said he been trying to work with dudes. He was trying to do some other different things, collaborations and other stuff to try to move the Manosphere forward. But these niggas stuck in what they want to do now. So he was like, you know, I don't see a point, you know. But so that's kind of was his explanation. So I said, I respect that. If you can't you can't work with people. Now, you brought up Ramil, man. So what you think about this bullshit he did with the, you know, trying to rekindle this stuff back with what he's saying, Oshay doing different things across shit. What do you think about that?
I mean, look, I try to stay out of that kind of stuff, right? Because I'm familiar with both people, and you know, when two people who I might be okay with, if they catching a little fade, man, I don't want to get in between that. I want them to kind of get their little fade out, get out their system, and then, you know, y'all talk about it later on. So I don't get in between, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, I do want to address. Let me address Jerome in the chat, right? Jerome, you made a point, right? See the difference, Jerome, is that I'm not dick riding. You know what I mean? That's the reason why everybody else dick riding. But you know who I am, like I know who you are, right? So you're right. Obsidian put me on like Oshay, raise your bag at everybody, but I'm not dick riding. I'm not Bernard Raleigh. You know what I mean? I'm not these other niggas like C Boogie. Yeah. I ain't them other guys who, you know, Todd City. I'm not hopping on. You know, I ain't on some low key dick riding shit where I'm attaching myself to big. I'm just saying. I'm just making it plain, right? To where
especially on some of the people you mentioned. I agree with that.
We talking about you riding their wave. Niggas riding Kevin Samuel wave. You riding BJS Hidmo wave to where you don't want to go against what they saying because you don't want to be blacklisted and blackballed. So yeah, I'm the rebel in the game when it comes to that. So you best believe, Jerome, you know, nigga, if I was on some dick riding shit, nigga, I'm just saying, if I was on some shit like that.
Yeah, you've been. Go ahead, man. Oshay offered to do a bunch of stuff to help me, man, and I wasn't on all that because I'm like, man, I got other stuff going on. I can only give this YouTube stuff so much of my time, man. I can't be on there every day from 5 to 8 doing videos, and man, I basically do it when I can, man. If I can go live, I can. If I can't, I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know, some people like, hey, you know. Like a person that you mentioned, he had a contract with another guy. They did a morning show every day. See, I can't do that. I'm not trying to do all. I have no ambition to do all of that, man. I don't have time for all that. I'm just gonna. I mean,
see, now what it is though, if you wanted to, the thing is, if you wanted to, you could, right? So you just don't want to. So you understand that by not wanting to, you might not get the popularity, but folks know who you are, right? So the sooner the sooner as you want to actually collaborate with anybody in the space, you best believe you'll blow up. I'll blow up. The thing is, it's not even worth it. And I'm gonna tell you why, because it's not enough money. It's not enough money in it, right? Like, so let me give you an example, right? If somebody offered to pay you $1 million a year to collab with them, then goddamn, you will collab. So if everybody getting out the mud themselves, if you've seen people coming for you, get it out the mud themselves, then damn it, you can do it too. The thing is, folks, they do tend to blacklist people on here if you're not riding with them all the way through, right? If you're not defending them, even when they bullshit, even when they running game, right? So if you somebody who actually stand against even some of the bigger name people, yes, folks gonna discredit you and try to downplay you, man. So you deal with that. But folks know who you are, to where, trust me, throughout time, if you ever catch a wave, it wouldn't be surprising if you blew up. If you ever said the right things, did the right topic or whatnot, it wouldn't be surprised if you were to get, let's say, 100,000 views on your shit, bro. It wouldn't be surprising. But in the meantime, no one's in a rush. No one's in a rush, and no one's trying to step on nobody else's toes for why you have to scramble and shit like that. I want to be known. I need to get on and shit. Nah, man, you got this YouTube shit, this social media shit. It's really everlasting. As I see, this shit is here to stay. You know what I mean? Yeah,
man. I ain't thirsty behind all of that, man. Like,
I ain't thirsty behind it.
Nah, man, because to me, what I don't like, man, like you talked about with you trying to get on with people, then they think you owe them something.
Owe them.
You gotta agree. See, I can't do that. See, that to me, that's why I only deal with a certain group of people, amount of people, man, because people think you owe. I ain't never met you. You think I owe you loyalty, and I ain't owe nobody. Like, nah, man.
Oh, you owing. They feel you owe them loyalty, and you compromise, right? You forfeit your integrity and your independent thought.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You know that maybe even your favorite content creators could be just straight full of shit, but yeah, you know you want to say something about it, and you normally outspoken, but you got to bite your tongue for the sake of staying on. That's not how life goes, especially when you're a self-made man. And you appear to be a self-made man from what I'm seeing, and you out here where I'm at. So you know this city is all about self-made people. We don't ride like that. Everybody, like, you come out in the city, it's a big ass city. It's a bunch of men and women, they get their shit on their own. You'll see a woman or a man up 50 bands, 100 bands and shit, and you be like, well, how in the hell you? Because he did it on his own. She did it on her own. That's how it goes.
I'm not gonna change how I roll to make other people happy. Hell nah.
Hell nah.
I'm like, man, I'm like this, man. That's why I only deal with a certain amount of people. And then another thing, man, like one reason why I don't deal with a lot of people, man, notice, man, some of the biggest beefs and doxing situations was niggas who was close to each other. You didn't gave them the email, the phone, all this other shit. Then they turn around they want to turn around and put all your shit on YouTube. Stuff that you gave them out of friendship, they'll turn around and tell people about your marriage, your wife, the ex, the sugar baby you got down the street. Now these niggas go out and do all this, man. I can't put my shit out like that.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, man, niggas ain't.
Nah, you don't want to take the males, man.
And then the thing about it, man, Rube, just like, say, for instance, the little shit one of the reasons is that, man, the little shit, I'm a small YouTuber. And, man, if I could talk about the shit that I've been through on YouTube as a small YouTuber, the shit that I've experienced should be shit that niggas that got 1 million, like, I've been through more shit than Kevin Samuel been through since he been popping. Man, I had niggas calling boards, trying to get my business shut down, trying to take licenses away, nigga trying to come see me, all kind of shit like that, man. Like, like crazy shit. I'm like, I shouldn't be going. I feel like I'm too small to be going through all of this. You know what I'm saying? So shit. I'm like, man, I don't want it, man. Like, I mean, if it come, but like these strings, like you talk about, man, there's so many little strings. People want you gotta be down with me or whatever my talking points is, and then this is another thing I don't like, man, that caused the beef. Like, you could say something that somebody don't like, then somebody take a clip of your shit and email somebody else. Oh, look what he said, or look what he did, and you didn't even mean it that way. And then somebody like, well, I thought you was cool. Like, man, I ain't got time for all that. Like, I'll take a break, man. I'll shut this shit down for like a week and just, be done with it. And if I want to come back, I come back. But I think you're right, man. If it was one person I would keep, it would be him, man. And the reason why I would keep him is because I think he done the most for the space as far as putting people on And also, man, he invested a lot of money in the shit that he doing. He actually, this nigga didn't put buying $70,000 worth of equipment and all this other stuff. He put a lot of money in that shit that he was doing. So, hey, you know, if that's what he chooses to do, that's, you know, and it's working out for him. You know, he's saying he's making over $50K a month. Shit, he making $50K a month. That's shit. That's fabulous. You know,
if Oshay,
he was in there earlier, but he left.
Okay. Well, shout out to Oshay. If Oshay wasn't a founding father, then you know I wouldn't even be mad with him for just walking away like that. But for the fact that he one of the founding fathers, man, I don't think it's kind of like with Tom Brady. You know how Tom Brady, he retired and he unretired and shit. Cause he don't feel like the future is in good hands. He don't feel the future of the NFL is in good hands with these quarterbacks, even though it's some pretty good ones. But he don't feel that he got, you know, a lot of Aaron Rodgers or Peyton Manning's in the actual league for him to actually retire and sit back and be able to watch some good football. So, like I say, with Oshay, who else, right? Who else in the space that can actually take this shit to another level? We ain't talking about Kevin Samuels, right? We talking about just anybody else who's qualified to actually move this thing forward and get it more political, you know, get it more beneficial to black men as a collective too, right? Who in the space?
Right.
We ain't talking about just talking about black women all day, every day, and reading news articles and going at niggas and stuff. We talking about like just elevating it to mainstream status. It should be at mainstream at this point.
Right.
So I understand Oshay is more, he's more on the level with Kevin Samuels when it comes to getting himself out there, and he's doing it the African way. All right, that's what he's doing it, right? He's on a mainstream level in the African field. And my thing is, when he sit back and look at his baby, one of his baby, right? Like this Manosphere, the Negro Manosphere, the Black Manosphere, I mean, he'll be a damn fool to walk away, man, without just saying, look, man, I'm the king of this shit. Nigga, fuck these niggas, bro. Nigga, I am the king of this shit.
Right.
Fuck all you niggas.
And see,
I'm waiting.
This, man. I want to ask you this. When did you begin listening to, or did you ever really listen to Kevin Samuels?
No, I don't know. I mean, I listened to him when I first like got acquainted with the guy on BGS more and also on Obsidian shit. But like prior to that, I didn't know who he was.
You didn't watch him till like what, 19 or 18?
2000, like it was 18.
18, okay. These niggas was not rocking with Kevin Samuel like that. I watched this shit. Them niggas was not watching this shit like that.
Not at all.
I'm like, dude, like this whole thing, like I know you see this whole big thing about Kevin now, about certain people want to go this way or that way. I think it's stupid. Like, dude, like this stuff with Minister Jap and Obsidian, stuff that happened. I'm like, man, like, okay, like, so what y'all want Kevin Samuel to do? Like, the dude this nigga don't ain't helped nobody out, and what he been hot since 2020.
True.
Right? It's 2 years. This nigga has not helped out nobody except for Obsidian for his book. That's the only real thing I really seen him do. Like, and then he'll come on certain people platforms. Like, if the dude ain't really fucking with the Manosphere like that, so why I don't get this waiting for what? Like, and to me, he don't have to.
And that's what I'm saying, though, D-Rail. In the case of even of the Kevin Samuels, I don't like the nigga at all, but I don't feel he owed the Manosphere a damn thing. Now listen to what I'm saying. I don't feel he owed the Manosphere a goddamn thing because he's not a founding father.
Right.
That would be for Oshay, Obsidian, or Angerman if they were to blow up on a mainstream level for real to reach back to the Manosphere and pull some people up with them. Not for weak ass, lame ass Kevin Samuels.
But a lot of niggas have put him at the top because of the money he making in the like, I'm like, that to me, it got to be more than just the views and the subscribe. It got to be influence.
It's the influence. Is also, you know, the access to celebrities, getting around some bad bitches, right? Getting more money,
right?
That's what it comes down to, right? So like them guys feel like, well, damn, we all been doing this shit for 6, 7, 8 years. All these niggas who's pretty much gained a little following on YouTube, they do want to be able to get on TV with the shit. They do want to hang out with some of them bad bitches and shit like that, and them hoes know who he is. And you know, niggas like Jap, Angerman, and all them guys, right? Yeah, they want to be amongst Future, hanging out with Future. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with them hoes. Yes, they do. Be in the strip club and shit, and everybody know who they is. Yes, they do.
That's
what they want. Yeah, that's what they want. They want that type of fame. So guys like me, I can play the back. Go ahead.
I'm playing the back. I'm about the money. I'm playing the background and stacking. That's what I'm about. I ain't trying to be seen by everybody.
Yeah, you ain't got to try to be seen. Nah, fuck being seen. Playing the back, but you got some guys who want to be seen. They want to be in the spotlight. Taz is another one. Like I said yesterday, right? He want to be in the spotlight. These niggas want to actually be in the spotlight. And yet they feel some type of way when they see somebody get that shine over them to where they feel like, nigga, you owe. And that ain't always the case, man. It's only in the case of the black community, you know how niggas feel like it ain't enough room for everybody. It ain't enough money for everybody. It's only for like one or two. All right, then with Kevin Samuels, he feel like he don't feel no one else is qualified to come up on a mainstream level with him. But yet them guys, they still going based on hope. And I hope one day that he look out for us and he reach back and he remember how it was in 2017 when he first got started. And that's not the case, man, when you're dealing with the present time and you heading towards the future. A lot of folks are not nostalgic like that. They don't care about
them niggas was not listening. They was clowning Kevin Samuel back in 17 and 18. Like, I don't think he forgot that. These niggas think he didn't forget that shit.
He didn't forget it. Yeah, he didn't forget it.
I don't think he forgot it. At least I don't think he forgot that shit. Because a lot of these dudes, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for, like you said, BGS Iltmore was really where he was able to go without really. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. O'Shea would have him on every now and then.
Yeah, true.
But really, BGS Iltmore was the only spot he would go to where he could be safe. Anywhere else, man, these niggas was going at the chat. They were saying all kind of shit. You know, they wasn't feeling what he was saying on dressing different, wearing cologne and the shoes and all that shit. You know, they wasn't trying to hear all that shit.
No, it wasn't that though, D-Rail. It was his behavior. Like he came off like he was a punk.
I'm trying not to get to it, but
all right. It's not. I don't want you. I know you know the game, right? But I don't want people to think that it's because he was trying to get black men to get into suits and grooming themselves and get into fashion. Nah, it was the fact that he was on some punk shit and he was arrogant with it. He was a hoe with the shit, right? So like niggas wasn't feeling like, nigga, you a whole, you know what I mean? You a whole fairy, a whole fruitcake, and you down and you trying to act like you better than everybody in the space. Like, nigga, come on, man, stop. That ain't what's up.
Yeah, man. And then when people start coming out with all that stuff about him, this nigga was working at Office Max and shit, or Office D. I'm like, dude, look, I ain't hate nobody for working, but I mean, I don't know. That's what happened when you get up there. That's gonna be like the thing with the seats. Let me show you. See, this is what I don't like the faking, like the stuff with the Saints and Center. The Saints and Center channel blew up behind him doing background research on Kevin Samuels. That's when everybody started. When he started saying that he didn't have this and that, and he found out all this stuff. Then when you see the nigga in real life, you trying to holler at him, you acting like a fan. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is that? Like, dude, like, seriously? I don't get that. And then you come up and say, well, tap in, come holler at me when you in Vegas, do this. I'm like, man, these dudes, man, I don't know what to say about it. Like, it seemed like to me, he wants some of that Kevin Samuel, like, he on his dick too.
Yeah, they all fighting for the same thing, man. They fighting for the clout. They fighting for popularity, fame. They fighting for women. They fighting for money. They fighting for a spot on TV. They fighting for spots in, like Brother Polite, right? They want to get in rappers' videos, and they want to be in the in crowd, dog, before it's too late. Like, they still relatively younger men, not Kevin Samuels, but like Polite them in his 30s, Zane the Sinner in his 30s. Yeah, they still feel like, okay, before they turn late 40s, early 50s, they still want to see can they get in with them people, all right? And pretty much be able to put that, pretty much check it off their bucket list. Hey, my thing is, even with the Saint and Center guy, okay, folks knew of him, but we didn't know of him like that until he did a video about Kevin Samuels. So that's like, okay, well, obviously you see some shit in there that we already been seeing, but yeah, you exposing to a bigger crowd. That's not Manosphere. But yeah, the whole pulling up on a nigga, the whole pulling up and you're not really fighting. These niggas don't really want to fight. Like that fighting shit.
They ain't built like that. They're not built.
Yeah, the fighting shit is for like some 20-year-olds. So you pretty much believe that for some 20-year-olds talking about they gonna meet up, they gonna box for real. 30 and 40-year-olds, man, especially if you dressed up nice, you can automatically assume that nigga, y'all not finna do no fighting if y'all dressed up. No. So unless I see somebody with some tennis shoes, some Timberland boots, or some shorts and a wife beat on, man, yeah, I'm gonna assume that you're not finna fight shit. It's gonna be a photo op, nigga. All right.
Right.
That's what it's gonna be. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it's
man.
gonna be.
I seen that shit, man. People was posting it. He posted it. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not surprised, but I'm like, man, dude, to me, I'm like this, man. People make content to make content, but man, the dude ain't, I don't see, man, I'm gonna say this. It's been 2 years. This dude has yet to do, he don't even say the name Manosphere. In
Nah.
any, when he was first, he don't even say the Black Manosphere. He don't even say that kind. It's kind of like when Barack Obama was president, he'll never say the Black community of Africa. He'll never. People was waiting on him to say certain shit that he'll never say. It's the same shit. You know, ain't nobody
Same
ain't doing it because it's gonna hurt. The thing about it is, man, in 20, I think it was 2020, the Manosphere was coined a female hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know, it's a lot of negative shit that go with some of these communities, man. Like when you looked at it as a fucking extremist group and shit, man, he can't. It actually gonna hurt his brand. I don't understand why these dudes don't understand. If he attacks,
They're saying that shit now.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt his brand, and he know that. And the people who watching him that may do business for him, because I guess he got, like you said, he getting, you know, in this thing where he can deal with a future. Some of these other people on the reality show, he really like right now on the reality show level, kind of.
Yeah.
He ain't like Hollywood status, but he on the status that I could see him maybe being in a B-level movie, getting a small part, or he on a reality show doing some shit. You know, they may have him doing whatever. He kind of at that, and then he in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Where that's all that's going on. But as far as, you know, he gonna bring along. This is not hip hop.
Yeah.
This ain't rap, man. That shit happen in hip hop where you bring your crew with you and we all. Nah, this shit ain't hip hop. You ain't nobody.
It's like
by itself, man.
It's like back when Barack Obama was running for president, right? And interviewing him and Hillary, right? He was asking Barack about the Nation of Islam and Louis Farrakhan and Jeremiah Wright and all them guys, right? These extreme people. And Barack, he didn't outright denounce them, but he pretty much denounced them for the sake of running for president. And yeah, you know, Farrakhan them had to admit that he did the right thing because dealing with the Nation of Islam, that's those extreme groups, right? Okay, if your brother is trying to get into the actual presidency, you can't have that type of shit. Because like even if a white man like Trump or Biden, you know, they could be associated with biker gangs and you know, the Ku Klux Klan and all that, but they can't just outright you know, say that I support them and I fuck with them like that while you running for president of the United States. So people, those groups need to understand that, hey man, if he's our guy and he's getting in, we shouldn't feel some type of way. We shouldn't feel like we in our feelings because he just not outright up there on some yeah, Fruit of Islam this, yeah, Mr. Louis Farrakhan this and white power and all that. Nah, man, that's not how it go. Even if you're dealing with somebody who got street ties, you got a businessman who got street ties to Bloods and Crips. It's like, come on, man, you expect for this guy, right, he's up here having dinner in the White House, dealing with politicians. You want this guy to let it be known that he fuck with the Bloods and Crips, dog? Like, for real? Like, for what, though? And that's what happened with the Kevin Samuels, though. The Manosphere are a bunch of country cousins, a bunch of motherfucking squares and thugs, nigga, from the hood, nigga, from the country, who pretty much, work with blue collar jobs, man. Some may have a degree, but yet they not on they don't have star power like that to where Kevin can say, yes, I know them. I know Tyler Perry. You get what I'm saying? I know Barack Obama. I know Jay-Z. I know he can't say that about the guys in the Manosphere because now when people refer to the Manosphere, they're gonna hear exactly what these niggas are talking about on YouTube. And it's gonna make Kevin look even worse. Like, this is where you came from? Like yeah, they gonna ask you, like, yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say if he get one, I'm waiting on him to get one good big. I think he gonna get a big break, whether it's on a movie or something on a show or whatever. I don't care if it's VH1 or something. Once he do that, he gonna let all this shit go.
His big break is gonna be this either a Tyler Perry movie or he might get invited to be on the Steve Harvey show or one of these Oprah might interview that nigga. You know what I mean?
Like if he on Oprah, then that nigga may blow up.
Exactly. Let's say
once he do
let's say
that,
Yeah.
Once he do that, he ain't coming back on this shit. Once he solidify a contract where he can make more money than what he doing on YouTube, this shit, that Kevin channel, that YouTube channel is gonna be gone. He gonna get rid of. He gonna scrub that whole channel. Because when you dealing with networks, they want certain image. You got a moral clauses and all that kind of shit. They ain't giving you that money for no reason. You gonna have to fit certain shit for them to give you that money. But I think once he gets the big break, that YouTube channel gone.
The big break, like I said, the big break's gonna be when he get a chance to do an interview or do a sit down with Steve Harvey.
Right.
All right. And then on top of that, if you go to the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God and all of them, right? Yeah, that's gonna be some big breaks for that guy. And eventually, if he's out there in Atlanta, somehow, I see it in the future, right? He end up like what the brother Black Abe said, right? He get on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta or get a chance to meet Tyler Perry. It's just that simple. And what I'm saying, all that what he's doing, that's his lane. These niggas in the Manosphere don't even do shit like that to even be worried about, trying to ride his coattail. I can see if these guys in the Manosphere was trying to get on TV, it was TV personalities, radio personalities. Well, Obsidian is a radio personality, but I'm saying like he don't want to necessarily be seen like that, and he ain't got the look to be seen in the public, right? So we talking about like these guys actually are actors, entertainers. These guys are not entertainers like that, man. They just really on YouTube, voicing their opinion, and in some cases venting and their frustrations online. They're not really trying. Yeah, every day.
Every goddamn day. I'm sorry, man. I'm out. That's why you know what led me like say when I kind of ran into you, it was through it was probably like 2 years ago. I saw you on Obsidian, and I seen you on Oshay before too, but I mainly saw you on Obsidian show. But I think I saw you. I think it was you in Bayou Bunny. This is when Bayou Bunny. I know, and I don't want to bring up this other woman from California, New Orleans. That dumb shit. But I knew about that. But I first really seen you when you was on her channel. But it's kind of like you got the Manosphere, then you got guys that's kind of associated with it, but not necessarily that. And so I was kind of looking at people like you, like other people like myself. That's kind of, we fuck with certain people in the Manosphere. We ain't necessarily got that kind of content per se. Mm-hmm. And so that's the kind of people I like to deal with. I like to deal with people that we may talk about it, but we ain't. That's like, to me, Reg in a sense ain't really in the Manosphere. But he
really not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's the kind of content I like to see. These niggas,
it's like this.
Yeah,
it's like it's a city. It's a city. They put it like this. If you look at it from a city perspective, right? Like the Manosphere could be a city, and then you got these suburbs. These are outskirts of that actual city. So the Manosphere is the space. But then you got so many people who don't want to necessarily be a part of the actual Manosphere, so they live on the outskirts in other little like Sugarland, Pearland. So like you're not actually in Houston, you in the Woodlands, but yet it's Houston, but yet you in Humble, you in Cypress. You get what I mean? Yeah. So that's what it is. So we on some shit like that. Like we pretty much on the outskirts of shit. So we are known through the Manosphere space, because we're not known through the beef sector or the sports sector or the so we are known. Our name, we got our name in the Manosphere space, but nigga, we done moved on the outskirts, bro. Like we passed. Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, these niggas start getting, and I seen, man, we was beefing with some of the same people. I started saying shit you was saying. I was saying. It was funny. Just looking back at it, I was just laughing at some of this shit, man. And some of these niggas be on some greasy shit, man. Like one particular military guy, that nigga was on some greasy shit, man. This nigga was, and I actually supported his channel, and this nigga just turned out and tried to like air me out in front of everybody on a live. So imagine you watching a video and you getting ready to cash out somebody, and this nigga just start talking dirty about you for no reason. I was like,
for no reason.
Yeah, man, that shit was wild, man. But that's how I kind of was like, I can't be fucking around with some of these niggas on some other shit. But yeah, man. Like, so what's up with you and what's the name of Jokey? Y'all still doing content together? What's up with y'all?
Oh no. I've been, me and her been chilling. I haven't spoke to her in a while, so yeah, I
Okay,
haven't spoke to her.
the last it's been about a couple of weeks, a week or so. Because the last
Yeah,
time
about a few weeks.
because I saw some stuff you did a couple of days ago, or this early last week. But I know like y'all was kind of doing a little situation. Y'all was kind of doing some stuff together and shit. And
Yeah,
then I stopped seeing her, so I just wonder what.
yeah. We fell back a little bit, man. Yeah, it might resume later on, but right now we just on chill, just chilling.
Okay, cool, man. So yeah, man,
Yeah,
your
but
boy, man. So I'm gonna say this: do you foresee other people leaving? Like your boy, Angry Man, act like he, even though I don't know, man. He's saying it like he ain't a part of it. He rebranded himself, but it's still like he's still connected.
yeah, look. See, now the angry man guy, right? From what I'm seeing, is that he don't like the fact that folks leaving him out. You see what I'm saying? If they was including him, and he a damn sure would be a major figure, and he would damn sure would be participating in damn near every discussion, right? Like he would not feel like they trying to shut the door on him. That's what he feel like. So he's hurt based on that for what I'm getting. All right. So he's not going to leave because that right there is going to bother him. The fact that he is one of the founding fathers, he the one who came up with the concept, Black Manosphere, and yet people like shutting him out of his own shit. So now you know how guys are like, nigga, hell nah, bro. It's gonna be some blood. They gotta be shed before I leave. I ain't leaving quietly. Fuck that nigga. I built this shit, nigga. You niggas trying to remove me, nigga. You got me. Yeah, it's gonna be some shit like that. So yeah, he know this is his bread and butter for why he's on YouTube. Like he's not even trying to venture off into like say the political arena, or like what Anthony Brown Logan be doing, or let's say what Brandon Tatum be doing. He's not even trying to go over since he's doing politics and he's doing even when it comes to comics, when it comes to video game, he's not even trying to go over there. So yes, you best believe this is where his heart is. He's gonna damn sure pay attention to it. He's gonna always tend to it whenever he see the fit to jump in, and he's gonna damn sure talk about it. So I don't see him ever leaving, or even if you talk that I'm gone, nigga. You know you capping, bro. Like we know you lying because you see it. It's
But
like
you
this.
know
It's like this. It's like this, right? It's like this. Be real. You know how like Tom Brady playing for the Patriots and shit for 20 years. Now, do you honestly believe like Tom Brady, guys like Tom Brady, Kobe, Ray Lewis, Tim Duncan, the ones who played with their team their whole career? Do you really believe that when they retire, that they're not gonna still be focused on and worried about what's going on with their team? Like these guys,
right?
like you've been 20 years with this team, bro. This team is with you for the rest of your life, man. Anytime you look at the Patriots, anytime you hear about the Patriots, Tom Brady and Tim's gonna come up like, what they doing? What's going on? He gonna be so caught up, even though he's with the Buccaneers, but he's still gonna be like, what's going on with Belichick? What's going on with Josh Daniels? What's going on with Robert Kraft? He gonna want to know what's going on with the city of Boston. His heart is in there. So anything that happens in the city of Boston, let alone with the Patriots, if they need Tom gonna come through. That's it.
Right.
And let's say for instance, even though they got rid of him and they let him go, he played it. He was a good sport. He went and won a Super Bowl and shit afterwards. But yeah, when he came back, it wasn't no hard feelings. He understood that business is business. But yet, to believe that Tom Brady would denounce the Patriots, and then that shit never happen. It'll never happen. He'll be 60 years old. Yeah, sometime about the Patriots. Yeah. But let me get on out of here, D-Rail, man. I appreciate the conversation, man.
Hey, man.
All right.
Love your commentary, brother. Appreciate
all right, most definitely. You take it easy, all right?
All right.
All right.
All right, guys, man. That was a good little, situation. Me and Root chopping it up. Everything was pretty cool, I enjoyed that. So guys, hey, I'm just giving my position on it, as I see it. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to Peanut Butter Heroes and Fantasia. Shout out to Black Abe. I mean, we got people in the house. Anthony O. We got 17 people in the chat. Appreciate y'all for coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I've already sent the link, so if anybody else want to come up, you can. This is the first time I've done a live stream in probably it's been several weeks. But I'm gonna start doing my live streams, man. I'm in other sectors. I wanted to take a break from some other sectors I'm in. I wanted to come out and kind of chop it up with y'all, see what y'all up to, see what y'all doing, see what's going on in the Manosphere, give comments on stuff. This is the Manosphere. We talk about stuff going on in the Manosphere. We talk about shit that's going on in the Black community, men, women, their dynamics. We talk about issues of the development, the proper development of young black males from childhood to adulthood, and so on. We talk about, reputable issues, reputable, you're giving reputable opinions about things in a solution orientated manner. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. This was a good live stream. It was an hour and 34 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off at this point. I appreciate everybody for showing up today. Appreciate everybody for coming in. If you want to donate to the channel, donate to my channel, $ D Durrell 77. You can see it at the bottom. $ Durrell 77. I gave myself the name Uncle D Durrell because Oshay like to call me Unc every now and then and shit, when we chop it up. But yeah, man, your boy going to bed. He chilling. He got a lot going on. I've been watching this again. I think I get if he leaves. If he leaves, hey, man, I don't think the Manosphere going to be better if he leaves. Even if he ain't doing Manosphere content, it's the fact that he's visible. He came, chopped it up with me. He'll go to other people's channels. He went to some of the women channels. I know he was over there by the Tough Talk the other day. So he chopping it up with a lot of people in the space. He may not get on the panel. He'll come like he did in the in the chat and say things. I mean, he'll do that. He'll do that, but I don't know if he's going to continue to do that if he basically formally leaves. He did the video about it and he took that video down. So, hey, man, if he feel like he can't work with people to make more money to build up and do other big things, hey, that's his prerogative. I'll be honest with you, man. The Manosphere, these niggas don't know how to work. These niggas don't know business. A lot of these dudes don't know how to engage in real business. They don't know how to plan for shit. And the Manosphere meetup was evident of that. Sister George buying what's his Mr. Pump and Dump channel, Ramil channel, that was evident of that. These niggas are not business savvy. These Negroes are not business savvy. And to be honest, for me, there's a lot of things that go on in the sector that I just don't expect. I don't have issues with women. I've never had it in my life. Never had all these crazy ass situations. I don't have problems with family members and my mom and all that stuff like that. Shit was easy and simple, man. This shit is not rocket science. This thing about understanding female nature, but you rarely hanging around females. This shit don't even make sense. This shit is illogical. Based on you knowing the reality, what the reality. So your whole reality is based on females? Are you serious? Your reality should be based on your own existence and everybody around you, not females alone. If you are making women that important as far as a guidance to how you operate and function, nigga, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. I see Doug laughing. Seriously, something is really wrong with you, man. Some of these dudes getting up here like Theo talking about my wife died. This nigga is grieving. He know he's grieving over his wife. You don't realize, you mean to tell me it took your wife to die for you to realize she didn't love you? See, I could get on some other psychological shit, but I'm not going to do that. But this is basic shit that I'm talking about. So, but guys, I'm about to go ahead and call it a day. Y'all have a good night. This is D Durrell with the Manosphere. Y'all have a good night. Peace.